So I don't know how many people are here yet because it's telling me there's no one watching, but I know there's a lot of lag on these live videos, especially when you're doing it on mobile like I am. So we'll see what's up. But yeah, I just wanted to do a discussion video just because I know that uh, before in the past I've tried to ask questions for the community and everything, and I'll get replies and comments, but I've never gotten to actually have a live discussion with you guys, which is just something I wanted to do for a long time because I think it's important to talk to you guys live and actually figure out exactly what you guys are thinking at that time and see what you guys are thinking without actually having the time to write out a comment so much as just writing down your actual opinion right then instead of saying things like all well thought out. And so I thought it would just be interesting to hear what you guys think. What is your favorite type of silver to stack? I mean, and of course I'll discuss mine as well. But I do want to hear your what you guys like to stack the most, what your favorite type of silver is, and why you like to stack that silver. So just my favorite type of silver personally to stack. Now, a favorite type, I mean, is different than if I can only stack like one type of silver. But my favorite overall type of silver, probably. I mean, and this is pretty tough because that's um, yeah, those are really cool. A lot of the numismatic pieces, like a lot of the numismatic bullion, is really cool. Like the dragon rounds and things like that are really nice pieces, for sure. I definitely agree that those are one of the most fun to stack. And if I had to choose one personally, like as my favorite type, just the one that I enjoy the most, it's probably gonna be like higher premium U.S. coins. Like, like basic non-profit tone naturally. To tone naturally, um, it really depends on how the toning turns out, I think. And I think it depends also on what the coin is. But like if it's just like an ASC or something, I think that allowing those to tone, of course, it takes a very long time, and you have to be very patient. Not something I have the patience for personally, most likely. But I think that if you do that, if you just allow those to, tone on their own, that's a very interesting thing to see. Because I've seen a lot of like on Instagram, I've seen a lot of the posts of people who had their coins naturally toned over like the course of like months or even like years, and those end up looking really nice. Some of the toning, but I think it really depends on how you go about it and how like if you try to like rush the toning, then it's trying to make it not natural anymore, then that might be a problem. But just allowing them to naturally tone, I think is not it's not something I disagree with at all because it's just a generic piece of silver. I mean, you know how many millions of ASCs they make each year, right? So I really don't think it's a big deal at all to allow something like that to naturally tone. I think it's very interesting to see the natural toning on these coins. What do you think about graded coins under MS70? Um, I have a couple I can pull out. I really don't have that many coins that aren't MS70 right now. In fact, I really only have like one. I think that's bullion, but I have a lot of Morgans that aren't MS70. Like almost all my American Silver Eagles are MS70 except for one that I got in a pretty good deal. But I have these four Morgans, and I think if you're buying something like a new American Silver Eagle for that year, then you should try to stick to MS70, just because anything below that doesn't have nearly as much value. But I think that if you're talking about coins that are like graded pieces that thanks man, I think I definitely like them as well. I thought these were pretty nice to pick up when I got them. But yeah, something like these, I definitely think that finding an MS70 Morgan's not really possible. I mean, I've never really seen a Morgan, especially one this old, an MS70 condition before personally show up. So I really don't think that they really exist. If you guys know any of them, of course, feel free to leave it in the comments and tell me about it. That's true. If toned coins, like silver tones differently than other metals. So if a coin's toned in a certain way, then that is definitely something to consider is that silver, since if the coin wasn't silver, then it probably wouldn't tone the same way as a coin that is silver. Now, of course, someone could silver plate something and that might turn the same way as a solid silver coin. But yeah, I do think that silver probably tones differently than other metals does, so that would definitely help to know if the coin's real or not. But of course, at that point, it's not so much of a worry as like, if the American Silver Eagle is real or not, as much as it is like, this coin has beautiful toning and I want to get this thing graded. And if I had a coin, like I've seen some of the ones on Instagram, I wish I there's a way to remove toning. I know there's a way to remove tarnish. I don't know about toning. I don't know if you can get rid of toning, honestly. I know that you can remove tarnish, and I don't know the exact way because I've never had to really deal with it. Like I had some generic bars, I had tarnish on them a little bit, but I just left it there because I like the character it adds to them. But I know some people have good videos on how to remove tarnish from silver, so you could always go and check those out if you wanted to, because it is pretty easy to remove tarnish. Now toning though, I really don't know how you'd go about that without damaging the coin severely. Because I think if you were to try to remove toning from a coin, you'd have to scratch away the surface of it. Because I don't think that you can reverse toning. So honestly, you have a really ugly maple leaf and it's annoying. Yeah, usually toning can either completely ruin the value of a coin or add a lot to the value of a coin. I think there's no like situation where it's like the tuning doesn't really do anything unless it's generic bullion. If it's just a maple leaf, I mean, like what kind of maple leaf is it? Is it just like like a 2016 maple leaf that's just like one of those BU ones that you find in monster boxes, or is it actually a higher value one? Because that's where the difference comes in. Because if it's just like a generic maple leaf, then I really wouldn't worry about it that much. I think that you could still get around the same price for it. But like if it's like a piece that's normally worth a lot of money, then that is definitely something to worry about. And I can see why you'd want to remove the toning from it. But yeah, what kind of like maple leaf is it? It's just a random 1990. Okay. Well, I mean, then I really wouldn't worry about it too much if it's just like one of those. I mean, even the older ones aren't usually that high of value. A lot of people think that, the ones from the 90s and early 2000s should be higher in value, but unless they're graded really high, then they're usually not worth much. You can get MS69 Eagles from 86 for, and I don't think they cost really that much at all. But the MS70 ones can go for as much as 3,000 I've seen from graded by PCGS before. In fact, I have an 86 Eagle that's really beautiful. I'll take out right now. Yeah, 1990 is definitely not anything to worry about. But I have this 1986 Eagle, and I honestly thought when I first was getting it, I was like, oh yeah, this thing's got to be worth a lot of money. I mean, because you look at it, and, it comes in this nice little box, and I don't think that there's anything besides the actual picture in here. But, I thought this thing would be worth a lot of money because, it's an 86 Eagle. It's like a proof. Looks really nice, but they're really not worth that much. It's probably like a 50 or maybe $60 coin if you find the right buyer. So it's nothing to like, you know, brag about or anything. But yeah, I was really surprised by that. But these Morgans are like if you're getting older coins, to answer your question, yeah, definitely under MS70 is fine. But if it's like Eagles and stuff, I'd recommend sticking with MS70 or Maple Leafs maybe if that's what you're stacking. What's up, Louisiana Stacker? How's it going? So yeah, we were just talking about what's your favorite type of silver to stack. We're talking about different things. So what's your favorite Louisiana Stacker? And if you guys are just tuning in, I was saying, what's up, Jerry Contreras? And yeah, so anyone who's just tuning in, what's your favorite type? I was saying if I had to pick one type that's my favorite to stack, then it's probably going to have to be the higher premium U.S. coins because of the fact that these, are really where a lot of money can be made. If I can only stack one type of silver, it would be generic bullion because that's the only way to, really, truly protect your interest over time in economic collapse. And yeah, I know it's the silver guy from Instagram. We talked on Google Hangouts before when we did that sale. I think we did a trade via Hangouts too. I know I definitely sold something to you over there. I sold you that roll of Mercury dimes, and we've traded on Instagram. So yeah, I know that's you, man. But yeah, so anyone who's just tuning in, let me know what's your favorite type of silver to stack, and you don't have to say like why if you don't really want to. Then just say what's your favorite type, and we can talk about it. I'll see if I have it. I really don't have much generic bullion right now because I sold a lot of it, unfortunately. Do I have a rooster? No, I don't really. That's the thing, is that I need to start getting into more numismatic series. The only one that I really have a lot of, and I'll pull it out, is or not even necessarily a lot, but the only one I actually really have much of. I used to have like Maple Leafs and stuff, but I sold those as well. The only one that I really have much of, especially in higher grade, is the Eagles right now. And here, I can pull these out. And let me know what you think of these. These are probably the best bullion numismatics I've ever had, besides this piece, really. That's cool, man. I don't really know much about the Rooster series, but it's a very nice piece he picked up for sure. But yeah, what do you guys think about these Eagles right here? I really like them a lot. Just because I never really have had that many MS70s before. This was my first one. I got this one almost a year ago now. But then, much more recently, I got these three. I got this one from an Instagram seller. This one I got from just a seller. Oh my god, what was it? I think it was Provident Metals, I think, and I pre-ordered it from them. That's what it was. Yeah, an MS70 definitely is very nice to pick up then, if it's an MS70. And this is the only one I have that's not MS70 that's graded, but I just got this for a good deal. You say your favorite for Franklin halves or bullion. You like the Lunars and poured silver. Bought coins from your bank. Yeah, honestly, if I go coin roll hunting, then I usually am just getting the stuff to look for silver. Honestly, I haven't really done much coin roll hunting lately, but that's usually what I look for. And I honestly, some of the nicer bullion pieces I have had, I really don't have right now. Besides these, this is probably the best bullion I have. Yeah, I can put these away as well. But yeah, I mean, Franklin halves, I have a couple that are mixed in here. You can probably see this one right here. And there's some other ones mixed in with these Kennedys. I do like the Franklin halves, and I got these ones for well under melt, which is why I was really happy to pick them up. I wouldn't have bought them. You get 2 to 3 silver dimes a box. It's really nice. Usually, you're not going to find that kind of thing from most banks. Usually, what'll end up happening is you'll get no silver, or you'll get a lot of silver, I've seen. But usually, what it ends up being for a lot of people, I think, is that when you go coin roll hunting, you find a decent amount of silver in every box, and then what ends up happening is that, or not a decent amount, I mean, you don't find any silver in every box until you find that one box that's like a big score. I feel like is what I end up seeing a lot from the other guys who do it. I've never found any silver before. The best box I ever had, and I've only ever done, it wasn't even a box, I'm sorry, I've never actually done a full box of coins or coin roll hunting. I've just done like, some rolls here and there. And the best time it ever was when I was down in Ohio doing it. And I think I got like maybe like $30 in nickels. Yeah, I think everyone's still waiting for the really big score. I feel like a lot of the people who do it, like, once a week, they would go through like hundreds of dollars in silver and look at the boxes. I see a lot of people who get skunked on boxes, and then they get that one box that's like, has like 30 silver coins in there. Yeah, I don't live in Ohio, but I've been down there before because I have family that lives there. High grade specimens, bring them into the market in PCGS holders. That's Cool. I didn't get to read your whole comment, unfortunately, because they go away after a second. So, um, anyway, I feel like that a lot of people who just kind of do like boxes don't really find helping folks fill holes in high-end registry sets. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's definitely the cherry picking is definitely a really good way to get some good pieces and to make a lot of money, because there's a lot of people who are willing to pay good money if you have a coin that they don't have but they need it to finish their collection. I feel like try selling you modern slabbed coins. I've seen those for sale before, and I think it's really dumb because there's no point. I'm like, why would you slab a modern coin like that? Like, I've seen, like, I don't know, like 2016, penny. It's like MS69 or something like that getting sold. I'm like, why would you ever buy that? You know how many of those there are? I think it's kind of a ripoff, personally. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe there's money in there that I'm just not understanding. But that's never something I understood either, is trying to sell people modern slabbed coins. Oh yeah, I was gonna say the one time I got like $30 in nickels from the bank, and then I think I ended up finding a V nickel, a Buffalo, and like 15 nickels from the 40s. That was my best ever, personally. So my favorite type of silver is junk. My favorite type to stack is the higher premium pieces. What I was saying, like higher premium U.S. coins. Really, it's the first of the series. And then yeah, that's definitely the first coin of the series. MS70 is definitely a really good way to start off your collection of them, because if it's the first year they're making them and then you have the highest grade from the first year, then there's only a very few. It's kind of like the anniversary coins that are MS70. Those two, I mean, you can only have your anniversary 1 year. You can make the coin every year, but only once ever will you be in a point where you can say this is the first in the series. So yeah, it's definitely a good investment now, and wait 10 or 15 years until it really goes up in value. Where to buy other than eBay? Yeah, actually, if you're gonna buy, if you can't find an LCS, because my LCS, I have a couple of them, but none of them really have any good deals on silver. A lot of them sell like bullion and stuff, but none of them really sell it for a good price. So yeah, actually, if you're gonna try to buy from an LCS, then and you can't find anything, and you're like, well, I want to actually still get some silver, then there are a few good places online. eBay, definitely, I can see why you don't want to get from there, because a lot of the times silver doesn't go for good prices. Generic bullion on eBay's from JM Bullion can be a good deal, but yeah, if you want like generic bullion, there's a lot of big silver companies that sell it, like Provident Metals has a website, at Max JM Bullion, but a lot of the times generic bullion is the only thing that you should really ever buy from them, because the rest of it ends up being a scam. And I say that because, like, if you buy like coins like this, then they'll end up being really rubbed down, and you end up just not getting as much silver as you want. And I think that if you're going to try to get the best deals, then places like Instagram, honestly, there's a lot of good deals on there. I've gotten a lot of my silver from there. Everything you see in this picture is from Instagram. All of the Kennedy half dollars, all 3 rolls of them, those are all 90% I got from Instagram. I have 5 rolls from a seller on Instagram, but 3 of them remain. I sold 2 a little while ago. This came from a dude on Instagram, which it was kind of dumb to buy that, but it was under melt, so I was like, why not? Even though it's such a small purchase. But yeah. And then all these Franklin halves, I only got 5 of them, but I got them for under melt on Instagram. So if you were gonna to be buying on Instagram, then probably junk silver is the best thing to find on there. It's really good deals on there. I found other good prices as well, but honestly, the best deals, like out of everything that's being sold on Instagram, the best deals are usually on the generic, or not the generic, I mean the constitutional silver. So yeah, if you're looking for anywhere to buy that and Instagram, if you want to buy bullion, then big companies usually are fine for that. If you want to buy the higher premium stuff, then you're honestly gonna have to look around because there's no place in particular that has good higher premium like coins necessarily for sale. But a lot of people, you might be able to find like smaller independent sellers who have them for sale in there, and those can usually be a good price. Or you're just gonna have to shop around, honestly, because it is really hard to find good stuff like that. Yeah, coin roll hunting, I never find anything good for my bank, so I just kind of gave up on coin roll hunting. I might start it again and maybe do a live coin roll hunt, just because that'd be something interesting to do. Do I think MS70 pandas are a good investment? MS70 pandas can be a very good investment if you get the better years. Like if you can tell, like let's say you know it's a year like like let's say 2017. Okay, you could tell that mintage numbers are off. They haven't minted nearly as many as they should have at this point in the year. Then that would definitely be an amazing investment because you could get a keyed egg coin for in the series, like a key for the series, and MS70 for a really good price. And overall, I mean, it depends. If you're just buying MS70 straight out pandas, then maybe not. But look for the ones that have something unique about them, something that either can only be minted that year or they mint a very small amount of each year, because otherwise, you know. Okay, you're gonna be trying Provident Metals. Yeah, I didn't realize JM Bullion doesn't ship to Canada. That's really unfortunate because they have some of the best prices. But Provident Metals is really good too. I've gotten some stuff from them before. But yeah, overall, if you're gonna get MS70 pandas, then look for the ones that have something unique about them. I think it's like same thing with Eagles. Like when I buy MS70 ones, I don't just buy a straight out year usually, unless it's a really good price. Usually, what I do is when I buy an MS70 Eagle, I'll get them for the current year, so like the 2016 I have, and then now the 2017. And like the 2016 one I had was, or no, I'm sorry, they're both 2016. I haven't gotten any 2017 yet, but no, I meant to say, the other 2016 I got way later in the year, but those had something special about them. They're 30th anniversary coins. The one was a proof and a burnished letter edge piece, and the other one was the 30th anniversary gold foil label first day West Point Strike mint. So that's why I bought them. I've been pretty good. How have you been, man? Yeah, there are a lot of fakes out there. That's something you have to be careful of. But if you're buying from like a reputable company, like I only bought the MS70s from Provident Metals because I'm not gonna buy them from like some random dude that's selling them on eBay or something, just because I really can't trust that the coin is truly gonna be the MS70. What do I want for the standing? For this, I wasn't looking to sell it, but it's really probably not worth selling anyway. If my camera would even focus on it then. But yeah, I don't really think there's really a day left on this, so there'd be no point in you buying this, man. Honestly, it wouldn't be worth it to ship it out. If you're interested, if you have an Instagram, then you can contact me on there. It's just Silver Warrior as well. Um, uh, DM me on Instagram, and I can work out a sale with you if you want, because I don't sell through YouTube directly. I sell through Instagram. But yeah, so anyone else who's just joining in, we're just discussing just silver overall. This was supposed to just be like about your favorite type of silver, but it just became an overall discussion. Do I like the PCGS or NGC holders? Yeah, I would love to find a standing from coin roll hunting as well. And this one's not really that great, I don't think. I do like the fact just like that it really shows its age. You can tell just how old it is. That's something cool about it, but it's really not great. Like something like even like this Franklin doesn't really show just how old it is. It's just starting to. And something like these Kennedys, obviously there was only 1 year of the 90% silver Kennedy that was 64, so they're really not that old. Unfortunately, they're not that diverse either. But out of all the holders that are my favorite, it really depends on, I guess, what type of silver you're buying. But for like like those eagles I was just talking about, like for like the key date eagles and stuff, and just like the really rare ones, PCGS is usually my favorite type of holder to get. I do have the MS70 NGC First Strike as well. I think that's what, like a 2010 Eagle, I think it was. I have that as well, but usually I go with PCGS for the current ones. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? But yeah, that's what I try to do. So if anyone's just joining in, then let me know what your favorite type of silver is, because I'd like to hear about it, and maybe even hear about why that's your favorite type of silver. And if you're just getting in here, then oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry about the interruption, but I'm back, and yeah, and it's really difficult to do live videos because of background noise. I had to, try to work around that. But anyway, I didn't even get to finish reading your comment. I'm sorry about that. So anything under 1960 silver? Do I have anything under 1960? Is that what you're asking? Or like, what exactly are you wondering? Because I have a lot of under 1960 silver. But like, what exactly was your question? I wasn't too sure of what you're asking there. Like, I personally have plenty of silver that's under 1960. You can see this Franklin half is from 51. Oh, you're saying that you found some. Oh, now I see what you're saying. Yeah, PCGS holders do command a higher premium than any other type because of the fact that they're the biggest authentication company in the world, if I could pronounce that properly. And you were saying that you found some silver that was under 1960. If you have an Instagram, then you could send some pictures of it to me. If you're not sure if it's real or fake, then I could definitely help you out. If you're looking to sell it, then I'm your person, because I love to buy silver. So I don't know if you have an Instagram account. I assume you do, because who doesn't at this point? That's a really good point. Foreign silver really don't have Instagram. Okay, well then, and maybe you could post a video of it or something on YouTube. I don't know. Foreign silver definitely does sell for under spot a lot. Not Canadian foreign silver usually, because that's like kind of similar to buying the U.S. silver really. But if you look at like certain like countries that are lesser known nations and look at their silver, like Spanish silver doesn't sell for under spot. But if you look at other like certain nations that aren't as well known and their silver coins aren't as understood, then you can definitely get it for under spot. That is definitely true, that foreign silver does often sell for under spot price, so that is something to look around for. Your favorite are maples and silver eagles, low premiums and highly liquid, but lately you like silver libertads. Yeah, you could test it with a magnet. Yeah, it is. Bought a 1.1 ASW of Canadian silver for $6. Wow, the ones I've seen, the Canadian silver I've seen usually doesn't sell for that good of a price. I guess maybe I'm not looking in the right places then. I always thought that Canadian silver sold for around the same amount as U.S. silver. But maybe my mistake then. I didn't realize that you actually could find really good deals on that. But I've always seen it like where it's sold for around the same amount as U.S., maybe a little bit lower, but I guess I'm wrong about that then. I'm sorry. I thought that Canadian silver usually commanded about the same premium. But I guess it really depends on, who you talk to. Like if you're in Canada, then it might be the same thing with US coins. They might be selling a lot cheaper. But I feel like the US has like the most highly recognized silver coins in the world. Between the American Silver Eagle, it's probably the most recognized bullion piece in the world. And then, so like the Morgan and Peace dollars are very, very well known as well. So I think that that's why the U.S. coins just sell for that higher premium, because they're better known and easier to sell around the world. And Yeah, the lower premium liquid silver, like the that you were talking about, is definitely something very you know very good for any stack. That's not very good. That doesn't. I don't know. That just doesn't sound quite right. But it is definitely something that's a very great thing to add to your stack because it should almost be the foundation of your stack. Why don't I stack numismatic? I should numismatic pieces. Like those Morgans were numismatic, and the Eagles were numismatic pieces. So I do stack numismatic stuff. I don't know what you're referring to exactly, but I've shown the numismatic pieces that I have. I do definitely stack numismatic silver as much as anyone else does. A lot of my stack is numismatics right now. Oh, like Dragon and Phoenix Pandas and Kooks. Honestly, I mean, that's just something that I've never understood as well as some of the other types of silver, and it's something that I've never really delved into because of that, which is my mistake. And I know, and this year I definitely want to get more into those series and start to understand them, but the problem is that I simply don't. I'm not knowledgeable enough, I feel like, to pick out exactly the right pieces when it comes to things like pandas and know what's between the difference between a fake and a real piece. I don't want to be like going into that as like a newbie, so I had to do more research. I really had to do my homework on those, honestly. That's the big thing. Like I have a basic understanding. I know what they are and everything. I understand, obviously that especially the graded ones do gain a lot of value, but I don't know exactly which ones to get for maximum profit and how to avoid the fake ones as well. A lot of that is just kind of like something that I haven't really done as much research about, like because even if the price goes down, new taxes still go up, low mentions and things like that. Yeah, that's where stack diversification comes in, is because if you have a diversified stack, then what ends up happening is you'll find that no matter what scenario you encounter, your silver stack's always gaining value, whether it be that let's say the price goes up for silver, okay? Then things like the generic bullion that tracks spot very well will also increase in value. Numismatics, on the other hand, might not increase as much in value because if you have a piece that's worth $60 but it's only weighs 1 ounce, then how much of it is really going to go up? And in a silver price increase situation, those become less desirable because of the fact that everyone's trying to get more silver for weight, especially in like a bubble. So you're not going to make as much of a profit on those as you would on like if you bought like 3 ounces of silver for $60, which if you're buying that, then you're getting ripped off. But let's just say it's a situation where that would be a fair price. Just so the math's a little bit easier. If you're buying 3 ounces of silver for $60, let's say, and silver goes up to $30 an ounce, and now it's worth $90, not including premiums. But the other piece, even if it gained that $10 in value, would only go from $60 to $70. Then that's why diversification is good, is because now you can make money if you need to on that silver because the price went up so much. But if the price goes down and you're forced to sell, then you can sell some of your higher premium stuff because when silver prices are lower, then bullion's not only going to be worth less overall just because of the silver price being lower, but it's also going to be less desirable for most people. Now, the intelligent people will realize, well, prices are lower, so I should buy. And a lot of, the people don't understand that, but online places to buy. Here, I'll get to that in a second, but yeah, if the price is going down, then the higher premium pieces will definitely protect you. And online places to buy that have free shipping is really hard to find. Uh, do you buy on Instagram? Because a lot of the sellers will say, this is the price of the whatever piece shipped, and which means you get it for that price, and shipping's free on it. So a lot of the sellers on Instagram will do free shipping. And if you have yeah, I know Modern Coin Mart's free shipping. I think he said besides MCM, because of the fact that he knows that MCM has free shipping, but he's saying that besides them, I guess he doesn't want to buy from there. You don't have Instagram either. If you had an Instagram, that would make it a lot easier because there's a huge silver community on Instagram. that a lot of people would be looking to help you if you're a younger dude trying to get into stacking. So definitely, I would just say if you can make an Instagram account, then that's something to try to do. Yeah, being 14 years old doesn't really help. MCM does sometimes have higher prices on bullion, but for me, they've always treated me very, very well. The only place I could say I've liked better than them is JM Bullion. And I'm not sure if they have free shipping or not because I've only ever bought from them on eBay. Which maybe if you're looking for just bullion, then try out eBay. That's the best thing I think for just generic bullion. Just go to JM Bullion, and they a lot of times will sell 5 ounce bars for a spot. I don't know if how much money you have exactly, like what your budget is. Maybe if you wanted to. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the places they'll do free shipping, but you have to order a minimum of amount of silver first. Then I definitely would say go to. I mean, if you can make an Instagram account, because there's people that'll sell you a small amount of silver. Sorry about that. I'm charging my device right now, and I accidentally hit it. I can pull the charger out, but go. But yeah, if you can try to go to Instagram. I mean, and just go from to the bigger dudes. A lot of them will sell. You know, I can only buy $25 worth of silver a month. Yeah, well, if that's the case, then just go to a place like maybe just buy an ounce a month. I mean, or if you want to get some nicer pieces, then maybe if you're saying you can only buy $25, spend $25 a month, let it build up for 3 months, and you'll have $75. Yeah, getting out can definitely be a problem. You can't drive. I definitely understand where you're coming from with that, so I can see why you wouldn't necessarily be able to get to the flea market. I used to go to the flea markets with my dad all the time because he owned a double booth at one, and so he sold a lot of really cool stuff there, a lot of really nice antique furniture. Yeah, that's true. If you get birthday money and Christmas money, then that's it. And if they're saying you can only spend $25, does that mean of their money or your own money? Because if you're making your own money, then what are they going to tell you? I mean, like I used to be, I had trouble getting silver, but now it's a little bit easier because of the fact that I'm starting to make my own money. Between YouTube, I make a decent amount of money. Oh, they're saying you can only spend 25 your own money. Yeah, then I can see why that'd be a problem. Yeah, if you see coins on the ground, then pick them up, honestly. I mean, what's the point of not? I know that sounds really dumb, but I mean, what's the point of not doing that, right? Why are you gonna just let good money go to waste? But yeah, if you're struggling to get your own money, then I can see why that would be a problem.
What happens almost every time. But there's something. Can we just get a paper?
Oh my god.
But does something bad have to happen just because they pick us up number?
But yeah, if you're going to do coin roll hunting, see, yeah, that's another good point. Is that sometimes if you find silver coins, even like Coinstar rejection slots and stuff, a lot of times they are going to be coins that there's a reason why they got rejected, and sometimes that is because they're silver coins. So you see coins on the ground, occasionally you will find a silver coin on the ground as well. So you do get lucky sometimes with that, in the fact that there will be silver coins on the ground. So that definitely is something to consider, is that there will be silver coins to find. And also, mind you, that if you keep on finding coins and you let it build up, then eventually you will have a little bit of money after a year or two. If you especially if you save your coins too, then that really can build up. So that is something to really, I think, consider doing if you don't already. And if they're giving you kind of that budget, then maybe try to talk to your parents. Then yeah, that is a good idea for younger people. If you find coins, then go to Coinstar rejection slots or something. And if your parents are telling you, that your dad has a giant drawer of coins, they let me look through it, and I found 2 dimes and 1 Mercury dime. Well, that's cool. Yeah, if your parents save change, then sometimes they will find, you will be able to find silver coins in them. That's definitely a good point. Yeah, that's another thing is if you have friends who save change and don't look through it, ask them if they're willing to let you look through it. Be like, yeah, I'll replace it with anything I find with other coins. And a lot of people, if you're friends with them, they don't really care about silver that much, and they're willing to let you do that. You know, if you have neighbors or something who keep coins, then you could do that. Or also look for good deals. Look to stretch that $25 as far as you can. Maybe one month, go and enter a raffle with it. Okay, go and enter an Instagram raffle. If you can make an Instagram account, then go and enter an Instagram raffle, right? And you can, buy, let's say like the spots are like $10 a spot, get a couple spots on there. Income of $10 a week, so $40 a month, $25 a month makes sense, and they likely won't let me make it higher. Okay, then do things to make your own money, right? You do, if you can prove to your parents that you're financially responsible and can make more money, then they're probably willing to let you spend more money. Like, I can definitely understand why your parents would be like, only spend $25 a month because you're only making $40 a month. That makes sense, and they want to teach you to at least save some of your money too. And that's definitely something to consider, is that when you're an adult, you can't even spend that much of your income. Like, if you were making, let's say, like, if you were making, like, $1,000 a month, right, at like a normal job, like at a full-time job, and you wouldn't be able to spend 600 or 700 of it on silver. Even you'd have to spend a lot less of it, maybe like 10% of your income on silver, especially if you're making a lower income and you're trying to live off of that. Then that silver stacking can be really hard. So your parents are teaching you the right thing. I definitely don't disagree with it, but try to prove to your parents, I think, that you can be financially responsible and make your own money. And that could really, I think, help you out a lot. That's cool, man. If you just happen to find silver coins, and then, look around your house if you can for silver or for coins. Maybe one of them will happen to be silver, maybe not. But it never hurts to look, right? That's my philosophy. Is it never could ever hurt you to look around for silver coins. And what I was also going to say is that if they only allow you $25 a month, or tell you, you can use that, then go to your bank and get $25 face value on coins and look for silver. And then if you don't find any silver, you can bring it all back and get another $25 in coins. And if you keep on doing that, 4 times a week, then you could end up finding a little bit of silver that's literally free. It's pretty much, you're paying 10 cents for a silver dime worth, a dollar something. Then that's a good ratio, I think. And what's my best find in pennies ever? I never really found anything amazing in pennies, because I never really coin roll hunted pennies much. The one time, I used to just get $25 of pennies at once, and I did that like 4 or 5 times in my life, maybe. So looking through pennies, the best thing I ever found, I think, was, I never found any Indian heads. I found a lot of wheats, actually. I probably found 100 or so. But the one time I got $25 in pennies, and this excited me so much, was when the very first roll I opened up had 13 or 14 wheats in it. So, and that's out of 50 coins. So I thought, if the whole thing's like this, then you could be looking at 1,000 wheat pennies. And of course, I think I ended up finding maybe like another 30 in the rest of the rolls. So it was kind of a disappointment, but that was amazing to see 14 wheat pennies come out of the first roll I opened. It was crazy. I mean, I was going through a couple, and there was another wheat penny. So that was probably my best overall find. I think I found, I don't really even found anything that old in the wheat pennies before, so, or I mean, like in the wheat penny department, like I've been looking through wheat pennies before and found a decent amount of older stuff. Like I found 1909 and stuff like that, wheat pennies, before, looking through just rolls of wheat pennies. But looking through pennies from the bank, I've never really found anything great. Now, that's cool if you found Indian head the 4th time you ever coin roll hunted. I've never been lucky enough to find Indian head. One time, I actually got pretty lucky, and I bought a really cheap Indian head penny roll off of eBay. I think it was maybe like $20 or something, and it was a roll of Indian head pennies that I paid like $20 for it on eBay, and I ended up finding a coin that I sold for like $30 in there. So the rest of the roll, I made $10 just from having 49 Indian head pennies. And I think I picked out another date that I sold for $5 to someone. So that was $35, and then the other 48 I ended up selling for $1 a piece. So that was actually really good money I made on that roll. I'd probably ended up making I spent like 30 on the roll and ended up getting like 70 or 80 out of it. So that was pretty lucky of me. But just coin roll hunting coins themselves, never really found anything amazing. That's true. A lot of things can be found. And thanks for bringing that up because you reminded me. I haven't shown this off in probably a year, and it's not silver, but I got very, very lucky on this. I actually traded a dude I knew on Facebook before I even had Instagram. Yeah, I really like anything that's older. Buffaloes and V-nickels are very nice too, but I just like finding silver right now. I'm just obsessed with silver. But I got very, very lucky on this spoon set. I'll show it to you. The box does not look that promising. I know it's very damaged in terms of like scratches, but overall most of the original material is there. The front of it looks very nice. I think the lock is very intact. Bottom has minimal scratching, and when I open it up for you guys, you'll see that V-nickels are very cool. That here it is. The spoon set. Someone wrote their name in there. Not anyone important. I looked it up before. But yeah, you can see this is 6-piece dessert spoon set. And the spoons have markings on them. I think they say 90-10. Or not 90-10, 90-18, I mean, which means silver plated, I think. So unfortunately, they're not really solid silver. But I was looking them up, and the spoons themselves sell for a little bit of money. I think each spoon can sell for up to $20. And so like if you had, all 6 of the spoons, so this is just a full set. There's not any missing because that's how many are supposed to be in the set. The dude said he got it at an estate sale for a pretty good price. And even though silver was like $20-something an ounce at the time when I did this trade, because back in 2014, I still ended up trading him only $30 worth of junk silver for this. That's all he wanted. And this spoon set could easily sell for over $100. These spoons by themselves can sell for a little bit of money. And then even with this name in there, yeah, finding silver spoons is easy for some people and not so easy for others. I've never really looked that hard. This is just an online trade, but I got very lucky on this. I have $30 worth of silver. I would do for that kind of spoon set every day of the week, honestly. That could easily sell for 100 and something, right? That's definitely a good deal, I think. I was very happy. It was a very unique set to pick up. But yeah, if you're getting 1850s coins for under spot, then I wish I lived with you because I would move in with you, honestly. And you don't need a credit or debit card to buy anything on Instagram. In fact, nobody wants to accept a credit card because you really can't. If you're a private seller like that, you don't need a credit or debit card. Like, I've never had one for that either. I never had to use one because you don't need one for Instagram raffles. You need a PayPal account, which I don't know if you have PayPal or not. But yeah, if you need to have a PayPal account and have money in there, you don't have, but your dad does. Well, again, that's gonna be something you're gonna have to talk to your parents about then. You mostly got gold plated, not happy they're going back to the bank, or to a bank. I mean, that's what it says. Yeah, the gold plated coins that you see, like I've had them before. They're really not worth anything, honestly. Like gold plated quarters and stuff. They're just more of a novelty piece, I think, more than anything else. Yeah, I can understand that your parents would want you to be careful, with everything like that, but at the same time, I've never had parents that were like that to me. Yeah, see, the thing is that my dad's the one that got me into silver investing a little bit, but I know 10 times more than he does about it now. And my mom doesn't really know much about it at all. I'm trying to get her into it now. It's kind of like the other way around almost of what it would have been, what you'd expect. But yeah, my parents never really tried to hinder it because of the fact that they understood that I knew exactly what I was doing, and I've made a lot of money on Instagram, so they really kind of trust me on there. They've placed a lot of trust in me. All right, man. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on. It's been 50 minutes so far, and I know a lot of you guys have been on for the whole time, which I really appreciate. all you guys, even with all the background interruptions, because I don't really have a sanctuary to do this video, unfortunately. But yeah, we're probably going to go soon. It just ended up becoming a huge silver discussion, so that's really cool that I can just discuss things with the whole community and talk to you guys. Unless anyone else has anything to say, I'm probably going to go soon too, because we've been on for a while and I've spent a lot of your guys' time. I'm going to be making an actual video today as well about, actually, you know what? Real fast, I want to hear any questions you guys have right now. Like, just anyone who's been wondering anything that they would want to see in a video. Even if you guys think that I can't make a video out of it, chances are I can, because I can maybe take that topic and expand upon it. So if you guys want to hear anything, and if you guys have any kind of video ideas, any kind of questions at all, then let me know real fast, because I can, excuse me, sorry, a little bit sick, but if you guys want to hear any videos, then let me know in a comment about anything. Yeah, I tried to answer everything everyone said. It's no problem. I appreciate everyone who came in and was supporting me during this. I really appreciate all the support you guys gave, all everyone who was watching the whole time. It's really cool to think. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, let me know, and if not, then I will try to get a video out for you guys today, like a legitimate one about a specific topic. But other than that, yeah, if that's it, then I guess I'm gonna go. Give it 15 more seconds. If no one has anything else they want to hear, we'll probably just call it a day. So yeah, appreciate all the support, and that's it for this one. Peace, love, and much respect. No problem, man. Thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate it.